Hello everyone. Let's look at yesterday's Leetcode problem 2311 longest binary subsequence less than or equal to k. Before starting this problem, let us look at a motivational quote for today. Failure, every failure teaches valuable lessons that success cannot. It reveals weakness, gaps in knowledge, and areas for improvement. Overcoming failure strengthens mental toughness, making you more prepared for future challenges. Many breakthroughs come from failed attempts, like Thomas Edison on his thousandth try inventing the bulb. Failure, failure forces creative thinking. Yeah. So yeah, many times uh, failure is like a thing which gives you a lot more things to learn, and also it enables you to think more of a thinking outside the box perspective. So yeah, so accept failures and uh, keep working towards your goals, right? Let's understand the problem statement here. You're given a binary string s and a positive integer k. Return the length of the longest subsequence of s that makes up a binary number less than or equal to k. Note that subsequence can contain leading zeros. The empty string is considered to be equal to 0. A subsequence is a string that can be derived from another string by deleting some or no characters without changing the order of. Subsequence is a string that can be derived from another string by deleting some or no characters without changing the order of the remaining characters. Okay, let us look at this example here to better understand the problem. So we should not be the substring value should not be, it should be, let's say, any digit. This value uh, should be less than or equal to k. Here in this example, k is 5. Okay, so let's see how we can build this uh, subsequence. So we will start from the least significant bit here. So we will take this one, and 0 is obviously 2 power 0 into 0, which is obviously 0, and 2 power 1 into 1 plus 0, it would be 2, and we can consider the next 0, which would be 2 power 2. And in this one, we need to decide whether this should be picked up or no. We have already we have already selected these three characters from the main string s. So now if we pick this one, its value will be 8, which will obviously be greater than k. So we should not be picking this one up. So we can move on to this one and this one, and again the last digit won't be bit. So our digits will be three zeros followed by 1 and 0. That's the subsequence that we are supposed to be picking. Same, more or less the same in uh, example 2, where the first digit is picked up 2 power 0 into 1, which will be equal to value and all of the zeros that are there. So it would be something like this, right? So the subsequence is of 6 characters. Okay, so if we are required to approach this problem, this is pretty much an easy problem as long as we have a proper approach to work with. So let's look at the approach that we can take to solve this problem. Right? So let's say we want to traverse from least significant bit, that is right to left. So our for loop will start from I is equals to s minus 1. S minus 1 as in sense length of s. And we will be going as long as greater than or equal to 0 and I minus minus. And this will be our for loop. And next will be we check if the bit at current, let's say the bit that we are choosing is equals to s of I, and this will be equal to 0, then we can increase the count, and else we need to check if uh, the incoming value, let's say the power of 2 is less than or equal to k, and power plus value, the existing value, is also going to be less than or equal to the k, and then we can also increase the value with power, and we can also increase the count since we have included the digit, right? Else that's the whole part, and that would end the for loop. And inside this power we can iteratively, we can say power into 2. We can make sure the power value stays at, we can have a power value here 1. This is the starting digit, 2 power 0, which is equals to 1, and that's the one that we picked here, right? And at the last we can simply return the count of the subsequence that we are looking for, right? So this would be our approach. Let us go to the Leetcode editor and let's try solving this problem. We are required to return the length of the maximum subsequence, right? So yeah, let us go to the Leetcode editor and let's try solving this problem. So here we are going to check if the specific digit is less than or equal to k, and then the value plus the power that we want to add will also be less than or equal to k. Then we are going to include the specific digit and also increase the count. So now we are also going to consecutively increase the value of power as we progress through the digits. we do that, we can simply return the count. Yeah, so this should solve the problem. Let us try submitting the solution. Time complexity of the solution would be O of n, as we are iterating through each character of the string. And okay, space complexity would be 1, time complexity would be n, as we are iterating through each character of the string, while space complexity would be 1. We are not using up any extra space. But let's try fixing this solution before going any further. So yeah, okay, let's retry submitting the solution. I minus minus, this should be I minus minus, that's another thing. Yeah, as you can see, the solution gets submitted. The time complexity of the solution would be O of n, and space complexity would be O of 1. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.